Today is Monday, the 24th day of January 2025. I am Emmanuel the 600. You can call me 600 the God, and you are live on Wahala Day. Wahala Day is the segment. Time and time again, Mikachi say, once you appear on Wahala Day, that means you do some yawa or some yawa they surround you, and we always go talk about it. Friday, you do Friday in 2-4. On Fridays, you don't advise because that is when the weekends are starting. But on Monday, you can advise. Based on that, I'm into more. I have this quote I live by. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. What does it mean? It just say, so if it's going to take you to prison and you can't do 5 years, don't do the crime at all. If you think, okay, you are going to cheat and when your girlfriend catches you or then don't do it at all if you are afraid. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Ghana heading. So once you about taking a step, just make sure say will take a step. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. That talks about accountability. You should be accountable for anything you do. A word to the wise is in the north. Let's go. What is this trending story? There's this trending story online I saw on Twitter. It was published by 3 News. Shout out to 3 News, and I would like us to talk about it. So this be the year I come up. Professor, you see the funny thing is, NDC they are doing a very good job. Then really they do a very good job. I like what the NDC is doing. They are holding people accountable. All the rots in the system, they are taking it out. They are doing their investigation, and this is not a witch hunt. This is not a witch hunt. Nobody is hunting anybody. Bonnie Audi, and no one can that is what we are holding you accountable for. What happened? I can see. Say one Professor Ameya Ekumfi arrested over 2 million Skytrain scandal. This is Professor Ameya Ekumfi. He's the former GIIF board chairman. GIIF means Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. That is GIIF. GIIF. That is the meaning. In over some $2 million scandal. Why? Because and I approve my yes send this on a Skytrain project. We all remember that when the Akufo-Addo came in 2016, by 2017 he announced that there was going to be this 3 billion Skytrain project. $3 billion. That is the worth of the whole project. $3 billion Sky project. He said it. So that was supposed to revolutionize the transport system, not traffic, the congestion on the ground. So I think it was going to be a very brilliant idea. It was going to revolutionize the whole space. But Fufi and water. Once again, Ghana near one. Oh, plan yes, baby, abons Yameden. Etutun your friends saying Nikoko na was on abonsam etutun money. Sapepe. While you are planning to save the citizens, while you are planning to do something good for Ghana, no bisu THA, what they do? They undercut you. So yes, this scandal has been brought to light by the NIB, National Investigative Bureau, or National Investigation Bureau, I think so. Oma Fred Papa Oma Tomonsa Freno Abomakachi. They've arrested him actually. Say he approved a $2 million project and nothing was done. But the funny thing is, Ghana, trains on the ground trains, railway trains, we haven't been able to accomplish it. Not Skytrain. Is it a bit of an ambitious project? It sounds like it's an ambitious project, but it was so sweet to the ears when President Akufo-Addo said it. But Omachi Papa, Professor Ameya Ekumfi, Penifoni Diska Wagana. So let's get into the story and let's talk about it. So he's the former, he's the former board chairman for Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, that's the GIIF. A friend, Professor Christopher Ameya Ekumfi. So what has happened? The NIB, that's National Intelligence Bureau. Yes, National Intelligence Bureau. Over this $3 billion Accra Skytrain project. They brought him say, Omamame assisted with investigation. So on Sunday, that is just recent Sunday, 23rd February 2025, and I'm picking so in the morning and pay us then he should assist with investigation based on that, because it was announced that this $3 billion project was announced in 2017 by President Akufo-Addo, which was supposed to revolutionize the space, like the transportation space. However, this became very controversial. There was a lot of controversy surrounding it due to financial mismanagement and lack of due diligence. It comes a lack of due diligence. And that means one you not go ascertain whether the project could work or not. That is the due diligence. You get. So I think at the point in time, minority in parliament in July 2023, according to 3 News, the minority in parliament demanded answers from the government regarding the 2 million payment made to Africa Investment Holdings. That means there was some money being paid to African Investment Holdings without due diligence. Why were they paid? They were paid to start a project. And why didn't the project happen? That is why we are here. So in 2021, according to the Auditor's General Report, the AI Skytrain Consortium Holdings, which was the office or business set up to manage this project, showed that they didn't have this operational license to carry out the initiative. That is one thing about bureaucracies. Bureaucracies in government kill so many businesses. But okay, so why did they stop the project? According to the 2021 Auditor General's report, the AI Trains Consortium Holdings, the special purpose vehicle set up for the project, did not have the required operational license to carry out the initiative. That's just it. So carry out the initiative, but they didn't have the license. They were not licensed to be able to undertake this project. But near to Sikana Amomo. So it says that the government of Ghana encouraged an investor from South Africa to set up this business I'm talking about, the special purpose vehicle, in Mauritius before feasibility studies began. 2 million was paid to this entity. Who authorized this payment? That is the question. Because must set up this business does not even have an operational license. It's somewhere to scam business. Why? Sikedie basa basa, sikedie nyafu nyafu. That is one thing that has made the NPP go into opposition, because when this sikane basa basa nyafu nyafu, ama ye makwa yinyam uomo, omadeka our children, our unborn children or the unborn generation are even owing Mother Ghana just because of mismanagement. I think it's in the right direction. So my friend Papa so mama have assisted in investigation, because how do you tell me you have paid 2 million cedis even before feasibility studies began? Because before a government pays all this due diligence must be made. But of course, Ghana Sika idea and Nkrofoka Kreb in paying for the higher ups. This guy is a professor, come to think of it. He's a professor. So, then will supervise this blunder. How did he supervise this blunder? Certain things go on that should or is unpardonable. We shouldn't forgive some of these things, because all this is what causing financial loss to the state. Because how do you tell me you are going to run a project and you haven't even done your feasibility studies? What your feasibility studies are? Feasibility studies now then a detailed analysis that considers all the critical aspects of a proposed project to determine the likelihood of it succeeding. That means feasibility studies, that is where the SWOT analysis is introduced. Project here, is it likely to succeed? A project here, do you been a bit me then? Best topic project, What is the risk factors? What is our chances of succeeding? That is feasibility studies. Where are we going to cite it? And here from the best starting project way, now $3 billion project. How much are we going to send here? How much are we going to send here? That is feasibility studies. You can't tell me a whole government apparatus didn't do its feasibility studies. $2 million here, a shaman for to J. Intini Diomaba Wahala Day. When Nana Akufo-Addo came, he said, let us be citizens and not spectators. That message has still been with me. Let us be citizens and not spectators. Who professor? I think Senor Nikwa Nidis Kana, for the fact that Professor Ameya Okunfi, such a noble man, how do you supervise this? Sikano Kofai. Unlike the fact that NDC is holding people accountable, but Senior Mastati, they didn't start war, but this is commendable, because you are going to be prosecuting people who have caused financial loss to the state. Now, only case be to say Opuni Cocoa Board case out. Untimi throw Collins Dowda case out. Untimi throw Wyoming case out of court. That makes it sound like a witch hunt. Recently, you say Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta. Nidin wo fugitive listeners from me. Okay, special prosecutor, you are doing a good job. Nana Akufo-Addo na appointed, you are doing a good job. This is something we should commend you for. Because Ken Oforiatta you may be bringing a pro time basa. MPP Fontiasem. This is a step in the right direction. We are national service for us. Be our share national service. Now over there $300,000, $200,000 watch. You could have ghost names. People must be held accountable in this country. But this is the news for our 3 News publisher on Professor Okunfi, who is a former GIIF, Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund board chairman. So or no, and the supervisor payment of this money, I will say a friend as assist the investigation. People must be held accountable. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. And if you're a young man in Ghana, it's about time. So you take your destiny into your own hands and move forward. I am Emmanuel out of 600, and this has been Wahala Day. I'm signing out.